Hi everyone, welcome back to DeFi Daily. Today I want to talk about Luna and the DeFi ecosystem of Terra, that as you probably know is my favorite one. In this video we'll share with you what I think about this DeFi ecosystem, what are the main protocols, because there are so many that maybe if you don't have the time to dig into this ecosystem, maybe some of them you don't know, or at least you don't know how you can use them at best, and also for which reason it is pumping right now. Just before to start, guys, remember that what I'm doing here into this channel is not giving you financial advice. My goal is literally giving you tools, helping you to better understand the dynamics, the mechanics behind DeFi and what's going on into the market right now. And remember, if you want to stay always updated about what's going on into the market, a good idea is just to subscribe to the channel. And if you want to also help me, leave me a big thumbs up and drop a comment. Okay, let's start immediately. This is the chart of Luna against Bitcoin. And that's pretty interesting because as you can see, we have just broke the all-time high. And we have also done a bullish retest. What we have now to check if we will be able to break this previous high that we made just the other day. And if we are able to break it, it is possible to see a continuation into the trend. Obviously, pay attention that the whole market is affected by macroeconomics and what is going on also in Bitcoin, in Ukraine, and so on. But if you're wondering why the price of Luna is pumping, because until a couple of weeks ago, it was quite suffering against Bitcoin. The main reason is related to the adoption of UST. I don't know if you're aware how the UST are produced. In order to produce one UST, we need to burn some kind of Luna. So in order to have more circulating supply of UST, the stable coin of the Terra DeFi ecosystem, we need to have burning Luna. So the circulation supply of Luna has to contract. So with less Luna in circulation, we will have also an increase into the price of Luna. In the chart that I'm just sharing into the screen, you can find a model that's just a model. Remember, it doesn't mean that for sure the price of Luna will reach $500 by the 1 of July, 2023. That's just a model that is showing us how the market will move according to what is going on with the adoption of UST. Because the higher is the adoption of UST, the higher will be also the price of Luna. In any case, I will leave the link of this model into the description below so you can check it by yourself and you can make your own forecast. Feel free to share with me into the comment section below what do you think about this model and about the price of Luna. Personally, I'm quite bullish on it. I'm following it since the beginning of the other year, so it has been more than 1 year that I'm following it quite closely, and it is literally one of my favorite ones. But if you're wondering, okay guys, for which reason UST is pumping so much? For which reason the supply of UST is growing so much? And there are many different reasons. The first one is that into the Terra DeFi ecosystem, many new protocols are popping out every day. Until a couple of months ago, the only protocol that we had inside the Terra ecosystem were just Anchor protocol. Right now, Anchor is just one of many protocols that is a part of the Terra ecosystem. Anchor protocol is still the biggest one and is trying to go cross-chain because remember, this is another big trend. UST and the whole Terra ecosystem right now is trying to integrate different kind of blockchains in order to make the adoption of UST and the different assets that are typical of the Terra DeFi ecosystem also part of other ecosystem. And this could be literally a new engine that can bring new fresh air inside the Terra DeFi ecosystem and can push the price even higher. Another protocol that is doing quite well and is growing quite fast is White Whale that is doing arbitrage on UST, so helping to maintain the peg. And what you will understand by this overview of the different protocols that are composing the Terra DeFi ecosystem, the reason why I'm showing you all of them, or at least most of them, is because I want to help you to understand that what is peculiar by the Terra ecosystem is that right now we have almost all the different tools that we need to make the whole ecosystem strong and complete. Because as I was saying before, until a couple of months ago, we had only Anchor Protocol. Even if Anchor is something that is lovable, it's great because it's offering us 20% of APY with so low effort. On the other side, the ecosystem was quite poor until now, at least. White Whale is one of the apps that is helping the Terra DeFi ecosystem to maintain the peg, UST to maintain the peg, and to empower the whole ecosystem. Another protocol that I already showed you in one of my previous videos, and I will leave also the link if you missed that one. This is a protocol that is allowing to anyone to become a liquidator on Anchor Protocol. And this is something that is quite powerful. And this is also a new protocol that has just been launched a couple of months, weeks ago. Another protocol that is launching right now, that is one of the most important probably pieces of the Terra DeFi ecosystem, and I'm talking about Mars Protocol. The reason why Mars is so important is because it is a money market that will allow different kind of assets to be used inside. And for example, into the next future, because right now Mars Protocol is just in the phase 2 of the launch event, and it means that for at least 5 other days, they are just collecting liquidity. Liquidity that will be locked inside the protocol and will be used in order to launch the protocol. We can expect the protocol to launch the 7th of March. And the reason why I really like this concept is because into the next future, for example, we could have a situation where do you know maybe Mirror Protocol, that is another protocol that is allowing us to trade synthetic assets. For example, we can trade stocks of Apple, or we can also farm long, farm short. So it has been one of the first protocols to come into the Terra DeFi ecosystem. I made also a full tutorial about it. If you missed it, I will leave also the link to the right corner here. The reason why I'm mentioning a Mirror Protocol right now related to Mars Protocol is because into the next future we can have, for example, M assets, so all the different synthetic assets that we are buying, for example, through a Mirror Protocol on Mars. So imagine to buy a synthetic stock of Apple, using it on Mars Protocol in order to use it as a collateral to ask for, let's say, some kind of, you can borrow UST, for example. You can come back to Anchor Protocol, you can deposit them into the earn feature. After that, you will receive AUST, and you can, for example, deposit your AUST on Kujira in order to participate to the liquidation process. This is just an example of a strategy that you can build starting from Mirror Protocol and Mars Protocol. As you can see, the more protocols we have into DeFi, also more complex and more complete strategies we can build, and we can really push our yield much higher. Another protocol that is related to it is like a money market, or better, it is a money market, but it's more like a peer-to-peer money market, is Edge Protocol. That is another protocol that has been just launched, and it is increasing into its value step by step because it is still into a beta version. Here you have different kind of markets, and also this kind of protocol you can use it in order to leverage some kind of strategies starting from Anchor Protocol. If you want to know more how to use Edge Protocol in order to leverage and to take advantage of Anchor Protocol, I will leave a link of a video where I am explaining a couple of strategies that you can apply starting from Anchor Protocol and Edge Protocol. Another one that is pretty nice, that is also quite new, is Prism Protocol. I don't know if you know what is Prism, but it is allowing you to divide your asset into the yield that it will be able to produce into the next future and into the principal, so the base assets. Let's say, for example, that you have an asset. It could be a Luna, for example. Luna, you divide Luna in two different tokens. The first token is the yield that this asset will be able to produce, for example, into the next 1 month. As you know, staking your Luna, it will enable you to earn the different staking rewards that right now are around the 10%, something like that. So from one side, you have a token that is representing the yield, the staking rewards that you will earn in that month. On the other side, you have the principal token. At the beginning of the month, the yield token will have a higher value, because if you're buying the yield token at the beginning of the month, you will have all the month in order to increase to receive all the rewards. On the other side, at the beginning of the month, the value of 1 Luna would be much cheaper. For example, if you are not interested to keep the staking rewards and you just want to accumulate Luna at a cheaper price, what you can do is just using Prism Protocol, deposit your Luna, dividing your Luna tokens into two different tokens, the yield token and the principal token, sell your yield tokens, receive some UST, buying again Luna, and repeat the process. At the deadline, at the end of the period, the principal token will have again the same value of 1 Luna. So this is just a strategy that allows you to increase your exposure to Luna and to create different strategies in order to divide and decide how to use the yield. You can even sell it in advance, as I just showed you into this example. And this is another protocol that it is just coming. It is still at the beginning. As you can see, the chart, for example, here is coming soon, and not all the features are yet in place. But it is another protocol that can really push even forward the whole DeFi ecosystem of Terra. Here we have Spectrum, that is like auto compounder, nothing too different from what we have on Beefy Finance, Auto Farm, and so on. Just in this case, it is built on top of the Terra DeFi ecosystem. And this is another protocol that with any probability in the moment when the full ecosystem of Terra will be in place and we will have the different protocols working for real, this is another protocol that will take much greater advantage from the whole situation. Same story applies to Nexus Protocol. That is another protocol that it is enabling users to use some automated strategies. For example, they implemented a strategy in order to avoid to be liquidated into the borrow feature on Anchor Protocol. They are deciding your exposure according to the market condition and avoiding the liquidation. This is something that is pretty useful. They are also developing some other kind of strategies. They are also almost ready to launch like a bridge between Ethereum and Terra in order to bring all the assets right now on Ethereum on Terra. And this is another thing that can really push again the whole DeFi ecosystem of Terra even beyond. Another protocol that is another new protocol that is also quite nice is Stader Labs. Stader Labs is something like, for example, Marnet Finance on Solana. It is just a liquid staking solution. So you can receive the staking rewards, but at the same time being liquid into the market. You can, for example, using your staked assets in order to use them into money market to borrow some other assets against your staked Luna, or you can even sell them without having to wait for the 20 days to unstake them. So as you can understand, the liquid staking is another milestone for an ecosystem that it has the goal to become an important and mature ecosystem. Going on, we have also Astroport, that is like an Uniswap just for Terra, that is also quite similar to the Terra Swap, that is another protocol, or also LoopDex, that is another DEX that is offering some similar, let's say in this way, feature. I know that there are many other also protocols like Terra Swap, I mentioned, LoopDex, Pylon, Star Terra, and many others. I don't have the time now to show all of them to you, but I want to just help you to understand that this DeFi ecosystem is going to be more complete every day, and more protocols we have, higher will be also the demand for UST. And higher is demand of UST, higher is the price of Luna. And I want to share just two updates about two protocols that are new, that are coming right now, that I really like them. And the first one is Nebula Protocol. I will leave the thread that I'm showing you into the screen. They are just saying that they are almost ready to release. Almost, it will take still some time, but we are going closer to the launch date. And if you're wondering what is Nebula Protocol, is like a tool that will enable you to build your personalized ETF. So you can decide what kind of exposure you want to have to different kind of assets, and it will be everything just from a single protocol. So something that could be really powerful and useful. Another protocol that I really love the idea, because one thing that I have said many times into this channel is that in order to grow the user base, in order to make this DeFi space a broader space, we need a simplified user experience. We need something that is more straightforward and something that should be closer to what, for example, Crypto.com is doing with their app. We need something really easy, because most of the users, they don't have the time to read so many stuff. They don't have the ability, the knowledge to use complex protocols. And in this direction is coming, for example, Alice, that is like an all-in-one app that is offering, that will integrate Anchor Protocol. As you can see here, they will give you a 20% yield, and it will give you the opportunity also to integrate and to use a debit card. So as you can understand, the whole DeFi ecosystem of Terra is literally growing a lot. And also the same, you can understand it from this chart on Defillama. As you can see, the total value locked inside the ecosystem is growing so much. We have reached the second position, and we are just behind Ethereum in terms of total value locked. But as you can see, in the same period, if the total value locked inside Ethereum has decreased, in the same period, the amount of total value locked inside the ecosystem of Terra has increased. And the reason is because the whole DeFi ecosystem in Terra is growing. I show you many different protocols, and the more protocols we have, the more complete is the experience, and the more powerful are the strategies that we can build. Because as I show you with Mirror Protocol, that we can use it on Mars Protocol, after that we can go on Anchor, after that we can use Orca, Kujira, and so on. So the more opportunities we have, higher will be the demand for UST, and higher will be the price for Luna. So as you can understand, I am quite bullish about Terra, and as always, that's just my personal opinion. I would love to hear more about you. What do you think about Terra? What do you think about Luna UST? And what kind of future do you forecast for this ecosystem? Guys, let me know what you think, and remember, if you like this kind of content, leave me a big thumbs up and drop a comment, and I will see you tomorrow with another video. Bye guys.